Okay, let's proceed to the next one that we are going to have. And we are actually going to skip this two because this will be our main focus because everything revolves around these two. So, I mean, actually, these three, because email marketing is something that is crucial that we have to discuss and spend time on. So, here, let's just go to SMS marketing. So, basically, if you're going to use SMS, you can buy credits so that you will be able to use it. So claim now, we have 30 credits here. So yeah, there you go. And then we are integrated in all countries. So, but then you have to compute the rate so that you could integrate yours here. But if you're going to pay for the SMS credits that you have here, you can just use your credit card or debit card, and we will be using Stripe for it. And at the same time, if you want to get billed via PayPal, and then that's something that you could do also. So regarding the rate, you can just use this computation so that you will be able to figure out on how many credits you need for it. So that's for the SMS marketing by buying credits. So like any other platforms, or I mean like any other mediums, SMS and emails and Facebook and Instagram messaging and Google My Business have the ability to send broadcast messages and sequences. So let's differentiate first the difference between broadcast and sequence. So we have here broadcast, we have here sequence. Broadcast is, by the term itself, one to many or one to all messages. So if you have a user list or a contact list of a lot of people, then you can upload that to Pro Elkan, and then we will blast SMS messages to them. So what's the difference from that between SMS broadcast and SMS sequence? So let's go through that. So the beauty about Pro Elkan is that you can automate everything, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, email marketing, and SMS marketing, or Google My Business. So how do we automate the entire SMS process? Basically, it's just as if you're going to send a person a text message, and then let's say here, select timing. So once you launch this account, this timing will start to count down. So it says here, let's set it up for 1 hour. So after you run this as a campaign, within the next hour, the person will be able to receive the text message, or at least this first block. Now, if you do not want to spend a lot of time trying to create text messages, what you can do with Pro Elkan is that you can just click here, and then let's say if they did not reply after 2 hours, so let's just add that here. So after 2 hours, you will be able to send this. So imagine this kind of tool wherein you will be able to save a lot of time instead of doing things manually. If you are a startup, most likely what you are going to do is go to your phone and then send a text to everybody in your list, and then after 2 hours you have to go back again to your phone and send another set of SMS. That's not the same here because we are automating everything for you so that you could spend time on the things that you want to do and be more productive. So once you set that here, just go next, and then basically it will just launch the campaign. So here you will also be able to see the history of the campaigns you have run, and at the same time my sender ID. So my sender ID is like the typical thing that we do with our phones, or at least receive in our phones, is that we receive and see the sender, us being the recipient, with the sender ID as phone numbers. But rather, if you want to create a sender ID, for example, here I want my sender ID to be Jeremiah F. So that's possible. So instead of the receivers receiving with a title of a phone number, they will see it like a sender ID, which is, for example, here, Jeremiah F. But you have to request for it because since we are doing this worldwide, so there is a possibility that somebody has that kind of sender ID or specific sender ID in their setup. So you have to get it approved, but we will do the approval for you. We'll just notify you if it worked or if you have to change the sender ID that you are requesting for. So that's basically what we have in the SMS marketing, and we'll see you in the next video.